Greetings, holiday shoppers. There are now 247 shopping days left until Christmas, and I think you know what that means. That means it's time for another episode of Christmas Creeps, your one-stop shop for holiday movies and TV shows all year round in better circumstances. Because this week we are once again bringing you a special edition of Christmas Creeps, where we are discussing everything we are doing while we are trapped indoors because of this horrifying global pandemic. Hi, my name is Joseph Wade. I'll be your host for this evening. Here with me tonight are my co-hosts, Johnny 5, the human robot.
Yeah, what's up?
Karen 5 is back. Karen, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Doing well. And Mr. Bradford.
What's up, fashionistas? Have you figured out your Angler Sona name yet?
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you.
Quick, round the horn, Bradford. Your Angler Sona name. What is it?
It is Bradford, the real Bradford.
Awesome. Karen?
Mine's Tammy Tuna.
J5.
George Washington.
And I'm Rod Stewart.
Oh,
Perfect.
excellent.
So this week on the show, we've taught you how to make cold brew coffee. We've taught you how to make bread. But this week it's purely fun and games, because this week on the show we are discussing Animal Crossing: New Horizons, the latest in the Animal Crossing series from Nintendo. I think this is the game that everybody in the entire world has been playing right now, and I'm sure we're the last podcast to actually discuss it. So, yeah, that's...
I don't listen to those other podcasts, though. They can go suck their... I'm going to be nice. They
can suck their own dicks?
Yes, they can go suck their own dicks. I'm not saying they need to. I'm just saying I'm being nice today. They can, if they feel like it, go suck their own dicks.
Well, I mean, that's always the case, though, honestly. Like,
I know. I'm saying they have my blessing.
Free country.
Yeah, exactly. You can do what you want. This
is going to be... So, for any of you that listen to us and strictly listen to us for movies, this is going to be all video game chat. This is the most self-indulgent episode I think we've ever done of this show. So, if this is not your bag, totally get it.
Well, I know this podcast always, threatens video game chat.
Yes.
And flirts with it a bit.
So we've given ourselves a free pass, given the circumstances, and this is going to be the special all video game chat edition of Christmas Creeps.
Hard mode challenge. We can only talk about Animal Crossing and nothing else.
I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, so we're talking about that too.
Hey.
Too bad.
Too bad, because Joe and I are definitely not. All right.
Bradford, first question for people who are uninitiated in Animal Crossing and are still somehow listening to the show. Explain Animal Crossing.
I feel like everybody's heard about it at this point, because even my sister, who has not touched a game beyond Mario Kart, texted me about it. So there's that. Anyways, Animal Crossing is what I like to call an anti-game. It is a game where you, a human, move to a new town or village, or in this case, an island, settled by animals. So you have neighbors who are animals, hence the name Animal Crossing. And you live an idyllic life collecting bugs and fish and fossils and furniture. You can deck out your house in this new one. You can build infrastructure around the island and deck out the island however you see fit. It's kind of a sandboxy game, especially the last two iterations have been very sandboxy. But like I said, it's kind of just a slow life simulator. The way I like to think of it is, the one thing you must know about this game, if you don't know about it, and if you do, so again, sorry, is that it runs in real time. So the time in the game is the time in your real life. So we're playing the game right now. We're all in Karen and John's island, or soon to be just Karen's island. And it is 9:23 p.m. on April 16th. And in a minute it will be 9:24 p.m. So The time in game is related to the events. There are certain bugs in fish, for example, you can only catch at night or during the day in April. And then there are holiday events too. We just finished up Bunny Day, which we're going to talk about very shortly.
Bunny Day.
But there, the seasons change, and there are holidays to go along with your real world experience. This is a series that has been around since the N64, when that was a Japan-only release, but it got a release as a GameCube game. The enhanced version came stateside or to the West as Animal Crossing. It's a wonderful game. It's been a wonderful series, and it came out at just the right time. It came out March 20th, when all of this, everything was going to shit, except the fact that Animal Crossing came out. So it's all everybody's been doing with their spare time indoors, pretty much.
And I think that's also a pretty good reason why, if you look online and see some of the amazing things like people like Karen have done, that's why everybody's basically finished the game already. Because what else are we going to do right now?
Well,
pretty much, yeah.
We also must talk about time traveling if we're going to talk about how some people have unlocked certain content earlier than intended.
That's true.
Yes. I was going to say you can't talk about the passage of real time in this game without mentioning time traveling.
So certain people change the game clock on their system in order to travel further in time, because as everything passes in real time, certain items or events or unlocking things are, again, tied to real time. So if you finish building a bridge and you finish funding it, it's not going to show up until 5 a.m. the next day. Or if you finish upgrading a shop, or a shop requires you to spend 30 days real time, if you advance your system clock 30 days, you will get that upgraded shop ahead of time. I'm not one to tell anybody how to play a game, but I see Animal Crossing as it's an advent calendar in game form. You pop in, and every single day Nintendo shoves a little bit of chocolate into your mouth, and that sounds really bad out of context. No, you log in, you see what's new, you collect the goodies. You see what's cool with all of your villager friends, and every day there's just like a little something new, a little bit of incentive to log on. So I think it's very clear where I fall on the side of the time travel debate.
My feeling, if you want to experience an entire year's worth of gameplay with something like this, you might as well be playing Stardew Valley.
Good point. I also have a chip on my shoulder about time traveling, because in the first game, the first Animal Crossing, which I played back in high school, I'm ancient. I was having a really great time playing it. And then while I was over at a friend's house, while I was asleep, they changed my system clock like 3 years into the future, and my town was filled with weeds, and it just ruined it for me, and I couldn't play it anymore.
Oh.
What a violation!
Brad, I have to ask.
Yeah.
Did my brother do this?
No.
Okay.
Your brother did not do this, but they did me dirty with that one. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess the next step is to go round robin, and one at a time, everybody just kind of tell us about your town.
Okay. I think I've talked enough. Let's let somebody else talk first.
Okay. Well, I guess let me go, because I think I'm the least experienced in this of everybody here, for obvious reasons. But so my town is called Avalon, spelled Ava, Lawn.
Thank you.
And it is an island paradise where everything is chill. And yeah, and the island flag is the Christmas Creeps Holly Jolly Roger, and I have, I think, five neighbors at this point, and most of them because okay, one of my neighbors is a gorilla named Louie, who is a fitness guru, and I firmly believe that because he is on the island, everybody around him, all of the other islanders, are also like doing fitness and exercise at all hours of the day. I will wander around and see if one of them's doing Tai Chi. At least 2 others somewhere on the island will also be doing Tai Chi. So my island is very zen and very chill, and I'm trying to make it more so. Brad, how about you?
All right. My island is called Hyssop. And I was going to describe it as an island of chill. No, it is I rule Hyssop with an iron fist. All decisions flow through me. No roads, no infrastructure happens without me because they won't donate anything to it. No.
No roads, no surrender.
I have designed Hyssop.
No roads, just right.
So a lot of people, there's another thing you can do in this game, which is pay off your mortgage. So you have a house. And
it sounds so fun.
I know. Everything I've described sounds so boring, but
yeah.
You really cannot understand the appeal of Animal Crossing until you've played it. So
right.
You have a house, and the way to get a bigger house and more storage and more area for furniture and things like that is to pay off your mortgage. You do this by selling things. But I have decided... You can build bridges and inclines in your town, and I have decided to prioritize infrastructure above all else, and I've finally paid off the last bridge. So my house is a tiny hovel compared to everybody else's. But man, I got bridges and I got inclines for days. Hyssop has a couple of special districts. I've set up the western end of the island to be more of sort of an industrial, modern part of the island. There you'll find the town park, complete with a vending machine and a spring ride-on pony and the campsite. And the eastern side is more of an idyllic rural area. You have the orange grove, you have the Zen garden, and of course you have the pride and joy of Hyssop, which is the brainchild, of course, me, the Hyssop Nature Preserve, an area of the island that I've roped off where I will not be doing any development whatsoever. No houses go there. No roads go there. You don't chop down any trees. You can go in. You take only photos and you leave only footprints. Except there's a rock there, so I do hit that every day because, of course, I do.
It takes a bold video gamer to declare half of his island no fun allowed.
Well, it's not half. I would say it's more like a sixth or an eighth. I haven't really measured it out, which you think I would, being a cartographer and all. But and then one last thing of note is Hyssop is going to become a pig preserve because my daughter's zodiac is the pig, and I think pigs are fun villagers.
Oh, okay.
So I've got it lined up to at least have 5 pigs. I think you can have 11 villagers. So it's at least it's going to be close to half pigs so far, and hopefully I can get a few more on board. So yeah, that's Hyssop. It's my little pride and joy, other than the real pride and joy that I'm. Yeah. Anyways, it's Hyssop.
I guess that leaves John and Karen. Tell us about your island.
Yeah, so...
This whole time I thought you were a cartoonist, not a cartographer.
Real talk, that's actually what I wanted to do as a child. That was like, you have people who want to be firemen and astronauts. I wanted to be a cartoonist. Didn't pan out.
You just wanted to grow up and be a cartman.
Pretty much.
I'm
a
sorry.
Cartman.
Yes.
Don't apologize.
It's bad. Yeah, so, okay, the island that Johnny 5 and I currently share, because we only have one Switch, but that is about to change, is named kind of in honor of my Animal Crossing New Leaf town, which was called Buttburg. So this island is Posteriora. We got all the trees growing them apple bottoms, and the town flag is a naked butt with a heart on it.
Of course it is.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I've had a ton of time to play, so I have filled my town up. I have 10
Must be
villagers. Well, it's, you live here too for now, so you get to.
Oh, then I gotta go to fucking work because my job is somehow essential. The only reason my job is essential is because one of our customers is Amazon. Womp womp.
Oh my god, that's too real. But yeah, I've had a lot of time to spend on here, breeding and growing flowers and inviting villagers. I have 10 animals living here now. I've laid paths kind of all over the main, like, southern and also like the lowest elevation in the town is kind of like my main area. Where I have all my paths and all my public buildings and things and public areas, my fruit orchard. And then you go up into the mountains and it's a little more wild up there. And there's like a small mountain neighborhood and then like a nice lighthouse up on the top of the cliffs. But it's pretty chill. Yeah, Buckberg was cool.
Buckberg was great.
Yeah, and right now we are all online. We've congregated in Posteriora, and Karen's Island is kind of fantastic.
It is. And we've taken some photos for posteriority.
Oh,
and we will be posting it on the Twitter. Thank you.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
god. Oh, Brad.
I've been working on my dad jokes.
Instead of do this now.
I mean, you have all the more reason to now. They're actually like 100% certified dad jokes now.
They are real dad jokes.
why buy the dad when you get the jokes for free?
Oh boy.
You know how in Seinfeld where the dentist converted Judaism just for the jokes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, that's you, Brad.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, so there's a lot to say about this game. This is a very special game, I think.
So, discussion questions. We did not write any, but would anybody like to address something, a favorite thing in the game or a particular grievance? Hey, you know what? Let's talk about the most recent holiday event. How about that?
Yeah, that's a grievance.
So, a lot of people online had problems with this. So, Easter was coming up for this next joke. No, Easter was what, the 12th? And from April 1st to April 12th, there was an event running called Bunny Day.
But there was also the Cherry Blossom event running at the exact same time.
And that is
a much superior event.
That is my main beef with exactly that. So, you had two events running concurrently. Bunny Day, which seemed to take precedent, where you could find eggs all over your island that you needed to collect and craft into items. And you needed to get all of the recipes and craft all of the items. The crafting is new to this entry. There's not much you need to know about it. But anyways, no matter what you did, whatever activity you did, where before you would get normal items, now you would have a chance of getting an egg. Or multiple eggs. Or all the eggs. And there were a lot of balloons. There were so many balloons. But the problem with Bunny Day, it was a fine event. It's a wonderful restaurant. But the problem with Bunny Day is that it also ran concurrently with the Cherry Blossom season event, which ran from April 1st to April 10th. And during that event...
What's going on is the Cherry Blossom thing is April 1st to April 10th, and Bunny Day happened to fall over it this year.
Yeah, Correct. It completely enveloped it.
Correct, because they just link it to whatever day Easter is, because that's the main day of Bunny Day, is Easter Sunday. Sure. So next year it may not occur. But the problem is you had to get recipes from balloons, and all of the balloons were Bunny Day balloons, and it was... You would hear here's the thing. Balloons come over your island and they have presents in them, right? Yeah. And so you hear a sound and you look up, you hit the stick to look up in the sky, and it's a wonderful treat. It's a Skinner box, it's a delight. Bunny Day ensured that a balloon was flying over your island seemingly at all hours of the day. So no matter what you were doing, you heard a sound. And the thought would go through your mind, is this it? Is this a normal balloon that I can actually get a cherry blossom recipe from? And about 50 times out of 55 times, the answer is no. It's a bunny day balloon.
Absolutely not.
You are getting a sky egg.
Yep.
Ugh. And it
So
didn't help.
disappointing.
It didn't help that the bunny day items are ugly as sin.
Oh yeah,
And are required to craft to get the rewards.
They're just all like ultra like pastel like Easter like themed egg themed things.
Well, they're all egg shaped. It's not even that like fun. And so the cherry blossom items are 1,000 times cooler than any bunny day item. And unless you were playing constantly or pretty frequently, you basically had zero chance of unlocking all of the cherry blossom recipes.
Fortunately,
And-
I have the time to play constantly, so I did unlock them. all.
Yes, and Karen, to her great credit, was able to craft me 2 bonsai from the materials that I collected. Bless your heart, bless your soul.
one of which I stole by
You're-
accident.
That's fine.
Cool.
That's fine. I can craft them. I can craft them for days.
Because my thing in all the previous Animal Crossings was to collect all of the bonsai and make like a bonsai room. But anyways, that's Bunny Day. I've been talking way too much, but I'm really passionate.
The other thing about Bunny Day is that it was facilitated by this character named Zipper, who was basically the Easter Bunny, but also he had this horrifying like visage over his face that didn't look real.
Well, that's because it's a guy. It's supposed to be a guy in a suit.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he's called
There's a
Zipper.
huge
If you
zipper
turn
in
him
his back.
around,
Oh, I see. I didn't
there's a
realize
zipper
that.
in his back.
That doesn't make it better.
And like, did anybody else? I don't know if this was intentional or this is the way that it happened, but Zipper came to my island in like a jump scare.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
he was behind a tree. Okay. Oh gosh.
He was on my beach, but I think he was behind one of the palm trees.
So yeah, I popped a sky egg, and then the camera zooms in, and Zipper's behind the tree that I'm next to, and I think I literally shouted out loud when he popped up on the screen.
Shit.
But see, that's the thing with Zipper. He is so like off-putting and creepy every time he showed up that I was convinced they were going to do something with that at the end of the event, and boy was I wrong.
So,
I mean, yeah.
Like,
Go ahead,
have you
Karen.
guys
like they were going to pay it off
have you
with a
guys
joke or
like
something.
They
have
do.
either of you put, I guess not Joe because he didn't realize until just now, but have you put any thought into who is inside Zipper's costume?
I think the original, everybody thought it was Tortimer originally, but he dead.
Rip Tortimer.
Pour one out for your boy.
God
No.
damn.
Um,
So my theory is that it was Rossetti because of the way Zipper talks.
Yeah,
That
he
reminds
calls
me,
it
have you guys gotten
kid.
the item, the Western Stone?
No.
Huh?
Oh, the gravestone.
Yeah, well, you ruined it. Yeah, there's an item that's called Western Stone. And you're like, I got this out of a balloon. What is this item?
Oh,
Western
yeah.
Stone. I put it down. It's a fucking tombstone.
Well, there's
Yeah,
a
I've
Western
seen-
stone, and then there's the Zen stone, which is like a Japanese style grave, I think.
Yeah, I've seen people make like little cemeteries on their islands, which look really cool, but also kind of creepy in such a cute game.
Well, that's been an ongoing thing since at least New Leaf.
Yeah.
Can I just say that this game needs like a dream suite yesterday?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So, for the uninitiated, the last game, New Leaf had a really cool feature called the Dream Suite, in where you could either type in a code or more, I guess, seamlessly, you could just randomly visit a facsimile of one random player's village in the entire world. And you would happen upon some really cool stuff. Frequently, but there are several notorious villages. I think one was called Ica Village.
Yeah, I was
Which-
going to ask if you were going to talk about Ica.
Yeah, Ica Village was somebody basically created an entire horror village that told a story and just Oh, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it, even though I'm like kind of sitting in my basement.
Yeah, it's super creepy. It was set up so that it like funnels you around these different like tableaus, basically.
Yes.
And it has like the music playing in my house is the music that plays in a lot of it.
Yeah, and they made use of certain items like theremins and made judicious use of patterns.
Lots of axes sitting around.
And yeah, there's a lot of that, but I think the best thing about Ica Village is for like the first half of it, it is just vaguely creepy.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that the Dream Suite, I believe was it that you could set the time of it, or was it always at night?
It was always at night. So the way the Dream Suite worked is that if you wanted to put a copy of your town up, you basically would go and talk to this NPC like in the building, and tell her that you wanted to like save a dream or whatever for people to visit, and so it would save a copy of your town like in that exact moment. So if it was nighttime, it would always be night. Like when you saved it.
Right. Yeah. If you have a copy of New Leaf, I bet you can still go check out Ica Village. I'll try to find the Dream Suite code, and hopefully we can post it in the show notes.
Oh, nice, yeah.
We'll
see that.
Definitely worth visiting. Oh man, where were we?
We were talking about creepy things, and because we were talking about tombstones.
And about Zipper.
Yeah.
Zipper, yes. God, Bunny Day. We just really don't want to talk about Bunny Day.
So Bunny Day culminated. You get to Bunny Day and you've made all the recipes and you get an egg shaped like Zipper, and then you can make it into a wand, which lets you change your outfit at any time. Cool. But the wand was forever ruined for me when somebody online commented that it looks like a butt plug. Which it totally does.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
oh my god!
Never mind going to craft a different wand.
Would you rather take it back to the Weeble Wobble, or would you rather have it as the butt plug wand? It's really up to you.
I mean, given my proclivities with this game, I crafted 2 of the Weeble Wobble so that eventually, when I get enough star pieces, I can craft one into this wand.
I did the same thing, Brad, so don't feel bad.
Oh
Yes.
my god. Would you do you have the cherry blossom wand recipe, and if not, would you like one?
I would love one, Karen.
Okay.
If you have 2. I mean, Joe can have it because I already took a bamboo wand recipe from your
I don't
town,
have the
but...
recipe. I'm sorry, I don't have the recipe, but I can make you the wand.
Oh, okay. Cool. I think I still have enough cherry blossoms in storage, but I'll need to get star pieces. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
So I mean, where do we go from here, guys? I mean, we've kind of talked about
I feel like there's so much to
the game.
talk
So,
about.
well, I mean, give us a topic that you want to discuss, and we'll get into it a little bit.
Oh, let's see. We talked about time traveling. We talked about Bunny Day.
Turnips?
Yeah,
Okay.
we need to talk about this. If we're going to talk about Animal Crossing, we're going to talk about Animal Crossing, taking Animal Crossing seriously. We definitely need to talk about the stock market.
Listen, the real stock market is in a shambles right now, and this is the stock market I can at least get a grasp on and understand.
Well, the thing about the Animal Crossing stock market is it's always in shambles.
Yeah, I mean, today on my island, turnips are 69 bells a piece. Nice. All but yesterday on Karen's island, turnips were how much?
565.
Yeah.
The one week I decide not to buy turnips.
Sorry, Brad.
Nah, it's okay. I'm saving up a nest egg for this week.
And that's about as wild a difference as you can get as far as the turnip prices go.
Yeah,
that's actually the full gamut. I think upper 600s is the highest I've seen it.
Yeah, I think the hard cap is maybe 700, but I'm not exactly sure.
But so people have taken this and really run with it in a strange direction, where they've turned it into like a real kind of monetary system in the game, where you can have turnip bouncers on your island to keep people from just.
Wait, what?
Have you heard about this?
What? No.
Okay, I'm Jay Leno now. So like when your island, people have set up an infrastructure so that when your island has like a high turnip price, you can I guess have your friends come over and basically you can invite whoever to come to your island to sell their turnips, but also to like not triage it, but like force people to stand in line and wait their turn. So you hire people to basically force people to stand in line.
Oh my god.
Huh. So that makes me think of, there's a website called turnip.exchange.
Yes.
That kind of does the same thing. Where, so there's a system in this game. You can match up with your friends, which thank goodness, at least for that. But there's also a system in this game called dodo codes. So if you only want a specific subset of people to visit your island, or you want randos to visit your island, you can share what's called a dodo code, which is a 5-character code. And what Turnip Exchange does is, if you have a high turnip price or whatever, even if you don't, you can post it on this website called Turnip Exchange, and you can set like a queue length. And what it'll do is it'll do that bouncer sort of footwork for you automatically, and then you post a different code to this website, and then when it's your turn in line, it'll give you the dodo code for the island. Actually, one thing I do want to talk about is etiquette.
Oh, yes.
Okay, sure.
A lot of people don't know about etiquette when visiting other people's towns.
Yeah.
So one big thing is when you're visiting somebody's town, especially a rando, to sell turnips, you better tip, or at the very least fund like a public work. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
What? John,
Tips are appreciated, not fucking required.
I know they're not required, but I feel like the level of guilt that I have when going to like finding some rando's dodo code on Twitter that is selling turnips super high, the level of guilt requires me to tip. Or at least bring a gift.
Same. Now,
just like when you're going over to somebody's house, you bring like a bottle of wine or something. It's the same concept.
There are, now, on the other side of that, a lot of people on the Turnip Exchange, specifically, because I've been using that myself quite a bit, will demand entry fees, and
what?
I mean that's fine, but
that's messed up.
But that's fucking garbage. Yeah,
that's taking it a step too far. I think.
Yeah, that's kind of BS. But yeah,
totally
I think
BS.
as a point of etiquette, like it is good manners to tip.
And it doesn't have to be anything ridiculous. I usually just find a public work and kind of hope that it's mostly funded. And then, I'll throw 50K their way if I've made, $500,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
So
even in my mind on Animal Crossing, like $500,000 is a ton of money for even like one turnip exchange. And I just cannot fathom it.
That's my best return yet. I'm sure, Karen, you're probably doing Iron Man numbers by now.
Last I looked in my bank, I had over 15 million bells.
Goodness gracious, that's so much. I'm assuming you have your house fully paid off.
Oh yes, my house is fully paid off, fully upgraded. Yeah.
I can't, again, like I can't. You just made up that number as far as I'm concerned.
Right? Numbers don't go that high.
So, back to the original point. If you want to, quote-unquote, game the system with Animal Crossing, the best and easiest way to do it is this stock exchange. I don't even think we've gotten into the minutia for anybody that's listening that's not familiar with Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
yeah. Do you want to
Karen.
Do this, Karen? Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. So every Sunday morning, in the previous games, there was this boar, whose name was Joan, and it was called Sal Jones Stalk Market. Just to be real dumb. In this game, it's her granddaughter Daisy May, who shows up on Sunday mornings, between 5 a.m. and 12 noon. And she will be selling turnips to you for anywhere between, the game's currency system is called bells. and she'll sell them to you for anywhere between 90 and 110 bells a piece. And so you buy as many as you can if you want to participate in the stock market. And then throughout the week, from Monday to Saturday, you have a shop in your town, and the people at the shop every AM and every PM will have a different price that they'll be buying those turnips at. And so the game is to hope that they have a good price and sell your turnips and make a huge profit.
Now, see, even I'm learning something because I did not know that your own island had two separate prices depending on the time of day.
Yes.
I actually didn't learn that until a week ago, that there's an AM price and a PM price.
A lot of people don't see the AM price just because they don't play in the morning. A lot of people are at work at that time. But yeah, there's a price from when your shop opens until noon, and then there's a price from noon until when your shop closes for the day.
Okay.
So
Yep.
I think that's part of the way that I'm a weirdo with this game. I usually pretty much wrap up Animal Crossing by 10 a.m.
Oh, okay.
So there was a thing. This is actually one thing that I kind of miss from New Leaf. Is there was a thing in New Leaf called town ordinances, where you could kind of change the rules of your town a little bit. And I think I was the only person on Earth that chose the ordinance called Early Bird, where all of the shops opened like 4 hours early.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
The fact that this is even a thing you have to manage in a game that runs in real time is also an absolute load of horseshit. And it's one of many signs that Nintendo has no fucking idea who they're making this game for.
I don't know. I think I feel like part of the it's really weird, but I feel like, I know I'm being apologetic about it, but I feel like the inconvenience is part of the charm. Personally.
No.
Okay.
I understand. Yeah, I understand the gripe, but also my workaround is just like, if I am going to have consistently like a certain schedule, I will just like reset my system time to like on my console to run at a little bit different time.
I mean, there are so many things in any Animal Crossing that run 24 hours. In New Leaf, you had Helly and Phyllis exchange off doing the mail duty.
Mm-hmm.
You had certain things run 24/7. When you start up New Horizons, before you get the town hall established and the Nook store established, Timmy and Tommy will buy from you 24/7 and sell to you 24/7. So the fact that the game does that and then it's like, oh no, our hours are 8 to 10 now, it's just basically the game's just like, fuck you.
It is like super inconvenient.
I will say I'm not looking forward to when I'm back on my commute and I have to be at work at 8 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing's gonna be open.
No.
So, I mean, I could do like pre-pro and then sell it on my commute home, but that's not as fun.
Right.
But what were we talking about? Oh,
the stock market.
Stock exchange. So I feel like the stock exchange, everybody's kind of got a handle on it. The risk is really not as high as it was in the GameCube Animal Crossing. Because in the GameCube Animal Crossing, to travel to another town, you had to take your memory card and plug it into another GameCube, or maybe the same one, I don't know. You had to basically have somebody else's town on another memory card and plug the two memory cards into the same GameCube, and we're done. I'm not getting into the rest of it, but
that sounds risky.
You are pretty much locked into your town's price unless you had a friend that you were in regular contact with who also was playing Animal Crossing. Fun Animal Crossing for the GameCube fact. Did you know you could load the game and then take the disc out of the drive and then put it in as many other GameCubes as you wanted to load the game? After you boot it once, it never reads from the disc ever again after that.
Really?
Really.
Oh,
my friends and I used to get together in high school, and we would trade the Animal Crossing disc around and then just leave it running on our GameCubes. So we had, I think it was my copy of Animal Crossing. We had it running on like 4 different GameCubes concurrently just with the one disc.
Oh my god. And you just had to hope that the power never went out?
Yeah, you had to hope that the power went out and like kind of save regularly. It was a riot.
That's Nintendo in the era before, broadband internet, basically.
Well, yeah, it was also, essentially an N64 game, so it was able to load the entire everything it needed into the GameCube's memory at boot up, and then just kind of coast. So
Yeah, I guess it's true. Yeah, but still, like, man.
Wow.
What? I have a discussion question, and we're going to go around the table. What is everybody's favorite new addition to New Horizons?
Can I ask a second but different question? Brad, what you drinking, buddy?
Yeah.
I've got a Victory No Brainer. This is a lovely IPA. My local grocer, bless their hearts, has basically had a fire sale on beer since this whole situation started, which I feel like is maybe some like secret government mandate where it's like, just make the beer really cheap so nobody flips a car over, please.
Yeah. Just get everyone real drunk.
So I've been enjoying Victory, which is one of my favorite more common brewers. I've been enjoying their variety packs for the past month and a half.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So what was the question again?
What is everybody's favorite new addition to New Horizons?
I have to say, I actually really enjoy... Well, it's not so much a new addition, to be honest. It's the mysterious islands that you can travel to harvest resources. That's not really a new addition, but it's just I enjoy the way that this game handles it this time around.
I think it's a new addition.
Well, because in New Leaf, you could go to the islands. The captain would take you to the island, and you could basically harvest, fish for sharks and stuff like that, right?
But it was static. Like, if you cut down a tree there, you would go back and the same tree would remain cut down, which is why everybody terraformed it to harvest beetles within, 2 days.
Yeah, basically. But then in this game, I appreciate the fact that, the game knows that you're going there to harvest resources, so it doesn't care if you cut all the trees down, because it's expecting you to cut all the trees down.
Yes.
And indeed I do, except I always tend to save 2 trees on either end of the island. That way, if there are moths about that congregate on the tree trunks, I can hopefully catch one moth on one end of the island and then run to the other end of the island and catch the other moth and then come back and do it again.
So everything old is new again.
Yes, and it's a beautiful cycle that nets me lots and lots of money.
So, for the uninitiated, one of the best bell farming methods in New Leaf outside of the stock market was to set up your island in such a way that you had trees on opposite sides of it, and you would catch expensive beetles.
Yes.
Yep.
And sell them. I probably spent dozens, if not multiple dozens of hours farming beetles in New Leaf, most likely.
Yeah.
Brad, what about you? What's your favorite new addition?
I think I like I feel, everybody's complaining that crafting has infiltrated everything, Minecraft's influence, but I kind of really like the DIY system. I
love crafting.
Yeah, it's real good. So, especially collecting recipes, not even so much anything else. So the one big addition to this game is crafting, where you can collect raw materials and craft them into furniture and other stuff. And it's real good. And again, just like that advent calendar thing, every day I can comb the beach and get a new recipe and invite a new camper to my town and hopefully get a recipe from them and pop into all of the houses and hit my villagers up for recipes. It's great. I like it a
lot. Karen, how about yourself?
DIY definitely is one. I also really, really like all the new island editing tools in this game.
Yes.
The terraforming and the built-in path building. It's so much better than what you had to do basically to make paths in New Leaf.
Yes.
All of that
now,
is very nice.
I'm kind of terrified to try out the terraforming when I get it.
You're terrified.
Oh my god.
Come on, Joe. You're just setting them up.
Yeah, how could you just leave that one sitting there?
I mean, I did kind of tee it up for him, didn't I? Like I did it on purpose, you know?
Okay.
Oh.
All right. That's
Okay.
fine. I thought you just left that on the ground and I just picked it up, dusted it off.
Mm-mm. You don't know a thing about me, bro. Okay. But I'm scared of when my island finally unlocks the terraforming because I will not know what the hell to do with it. I've never been that kind of a gamer. I've never been the kind to like I don't know what to do when you give me Sim City and tell me to just run amok. I have no clue. I am not a builder.
My advice to you would be baby steps. So I've used a gentle touch, a painterly touch with the terraforming tools so far. I put a tiny waterfall in my Zen garden, which I'd been planning to do, like maybe 6 blocks total in area. And then I carved out, I made an area better so that I could actually put a bridge there. And that's kind of about it.
Okay.
Oh, one cool thing you can do is you can carve out the areas for ramps for inclines. So they act more like the inclines in like Animal Crossing for the GameCube, where they're like carved out of the cliffside.
Nice.
And they don't take up as much space. That would be one thing I would definitely advise you to do.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Johnny 5.
What's up?
What's your favorite new thing?
I have to say it's just overall the general tone of the game. In Wild World especially, and it carried over a little bit into New Leaf, a lot of the characters really like... What's a better word than nagged? Because there has to be a better word than that. But they basically fucking nagged you all the damn time. Like, oh, you didn't log on this morning. Like, well, fuck you too, buddy. I was at work.
Yeah.
And Nook had this really weird simpering attitude where in Wild World in particular.
You might want to say they were needy. It was a needy game.
Yeah, and then Nook always made you feel like he was scamming you. Whereas in this game, he's just kind of like, and that's where like a lot of the Nook is a crook attitude comes from. But in this game, it's a lot better because, like, when it comes to Nook right now, he's basically just like, "Hey, want me to do some construction on your house? You can pay me later. No doubt, nothing down."
No,
and I'm like,
no
okay,
interest.
sure. Yeah, and the only like penalty for not paying them is he won't do more construction on your house until you do.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
So I'm of two minds about that. The game was needy, but I feel like there was, they removed Rossetti from New Leaf. He was optional. Mm-hmm. There was a bit of... The villagers could be mean in the original Animal Crossing. And I kind of liked it.
I've not played it, but I've seen screenshots. Yeah, some of the villagers are straight up assholes.
Yeah, they were dicks, and I kind of liked it. Now everybody's kind of too nice. I don't know. But yeah, I get what you mean about it being needy. And you like that this game isn't as needy?
Yeah, it doesn't hit you over the head with like, hey, you haven't played in X hours. Like the previous games tried to.
Oh yeah, like I do remember in New Leaf, like I would drop the game for a month and a half, come back, and the game would basically yell at me because so many weeds have grown everywhere now. Like, geez, I'm sorry, I have to go back to work now, I guess.
Am I?
Yeah, not even just that, but like in New Leaf, you would like not log in the morning, and the villagers would be like, "Where you been all day?"
Yeah.
Working.
I think part of that was born out of like the novelty that it was running in real time, and they shoehorned it in. But I get what you're saying. The one thing about the weeds is I landed on the island when it was pristine. I actually kind of thought the weeds were pretty. Like they were growing flowers on them and stuff in this one.
Oh yeah. The weeds are pretty neat in this game.
That's why I left part of it. That's why I created the nature preserve, because I thought that some of like the bigger weed clumps with like the purple and yellow flowers on them were kind of pretty,
and also they're like occasionally necessary for crafting. So
that is also
they serve a purpose.
I talk a big game about the nature preserve, but it is also a strategic resource preserve.
Aha, there it is.
You've outed me.
Bradford is actually the greedy land developer who doesn't want the kids to play in his resource preserve because he wants to play in it all by himself.
It's a
Oh,
national
no.
forest. The national forest system was set up to create resources.
Until he sells it off to himself for maximum profits.
for
Yes.
oil wells. If
Oh,
I can unlock an
no.
oil well, maybe I'll take a dark turn and
Oh.
raise the entire thing.
Listen,
and
when this
cover
game
it in
unlocks
oil
Nook
wells.
Nook
I bet
drilling,
you might.
it's game over. Like offshore drilling off your island.
Well, I was just commenting today with Jonathan how, like, this game starts out and everyone's like, oh, yes, we're going to get away to this deserted island paradise and just rough it and then just get away from everything. And now everyone's, like, super excited that we're, like, building up infrastructure and that
Yeah,
it's,
it's
like, a
just-
whole ass town.
We've gone from living on, like, you know, some deserted South Pacific island to, like, now we just live in Singapore.
Pretty much.
So hang on,
Yeah.
like, is what you're saying that this Animal Crossing game in particular is like a metaphor for the horrors of industrialization?
Perhaps.
I mean, there has
Accidentally
been
and also equally for the joys of industrialization.
there has been more than one think piece, or at least Twitter thread about how there's a weird undertone of like resource exploitation and colonization in especially this newest Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I just want to tell you, if you're going to have such opinions on Twitter, you should probably go and, like, maybe, like, lick the handles in a public place or something like that instead. The horrible take I saw today on Twitter, it was Adam Sewer, I think his real name is, Adam Sewer, was talking about, like, his wife plays, he's like, this just looks like work. It's like, no, work is where I go to a place and I, like, do things and get paid a pittance. In Animal Crossing, I catch bugs and get paid $7,000 for it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's all just people trying to be the smartest fucking kid in the class, basically.
Well, that's what
Well,
Twitter
of
is.
Course,
Yeah, like-
of course.
Yeah.
That's
guess,
pretty
yeah.
much all Twitter is.
Yeah, it's just like, we get the idea that in Animal Crossing, all you're doing is work and paying off a mortgage, and it's a simulation of things you do in real life. But, I'm sorry,
But
have you been
it's
the
with-
fuck outside lately? Literally
I
only
think
one
part of
person
the-
here is paying a mortgage right now. In this
Sorry?
conversation.
Who?
I would hope
What?
Joe's paying a mortgage.
Yeah, I am.
Yes.
Yeah, and only one of
What
us
was the
has
question?
like kids. They're like, it's impossible to
Oh.
to do like the standard life milestones right now. So of course a video game where you get to do them and pretend is gonna fucking take off, you know?
Yeah.
And not only that, it's that it's. I mean, I was just talking about how this game is good at delayed gratification, but it's also instant gratification. Like a lot of it allows you to live this out with the hardest parts removed, and all video games are kind of an escape, and this is an escape of a certain sort as well.
Yeah, like I planted
And
a
it's
tree
great.
and 3 days later there are apples.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Or I eat an apple and then dig up an entire apple tree and replant it in 35 seconds.
Yes.
Or to take this back to Stardew Valley, I love the ability that the game allows me to, go fishing at 2 a.m. if I fucking want to.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. All Bob does is fish and hang out with his friends. It's from the original Animal Crossing ads that were on television. Check
Oh
it
my
out.
God.
We can put it in the show. We can put it
Find
in the
that
show
and put it
notes.
in the checks. I gotta see
There,
it.
have you guys seen these ads?
No.
They are
No.
people in full body villager costumes,
Oh my
and they set it
God.
up like a reality show. I actually watched it today.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
man.
I don't know if you guys can tell, but I kind of I carry a torch for the original GameCube Animal Crossing.
No, gee, I never
I
would have
think
guessed.
Until this one now, I think that was always the one I liked the best.
I didn't play until Wild World had been out for a couple of years. So Wild World was my first one. But I
Gotcha.
got really and I was pretty into it, and then when New Leaf came out I pre-ordered it and got extremely heavy into that. And have, just been really into Animal Crossing ever since.
One other thing.
Yeah.
Sorry. I want to say one other thing that I love about New Horizons. The fashion is out of control. It is so
the
good.
wardrobe system is so amazing too. Like being able to change clothes using wardrobes.
Yes. They have taken it to a new level. I think maybe one of my favorite things about this game is collecting like different clothing pieces and creating ensembles.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
so good.
Like my favorite thing to do now, when the first thing I log on, I have to go to the Able Sisters. I have to see what's new in the collection and pick out the 2 or 3 things that I need for my collection.
Yep.
And I haven't even unlocked wands yet. Like I haven't crafted a single wand.
Okay.
No.
Can I say?
Yeah.
I think the wands are bullshit.
Really?
I
do.
Go on.
I think I know why you're going to say, and I will agree with that preemptively.
Okay, I think I know why you're going to say it too, but go.
Because once you map an outfit to a spot on your wand, the items in that outfit are taken out of your wardrobe and are locked into that spot. You cannot repurpose them unless you destroy that outfit.
Yeah.
And
all right, and you have to, if you want glasses in every outfit, you have to buy 10 pairs of glasses.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Or rather,
BS.
if you're me, if you want red Converse for all your costumes, you have to buy 10 pairs of red Converse.
Oh, no.
Yes. One other small vetch, please put in mass crafting. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Mass crafting would be great. And then the other thing, the complaint I had since day one is if I have materials for crafting in storage and I have a crafting bench inside of my house, just let me pull from storage. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, totally.
There are little things like that. I still feel like the quality of life advancements in this game are head and shoulders above anything that's been released, but there's still little things because it's Nintendo, because of course. Right.
And because we've been playing this for at least 3 hours a day for the last month, we're going to find nitpicks. So
yes.
Bear with
us. That is also true.
Okay.
Wow.
My next item on my list here of my fake list of things that I want to talk about. Is anybody absolutely terrified of the tarantulas?
Yeah, actually, this is funny. While you were talking just a moment ago, I was kind of running around my island and accidentally aggroed a tarantula and had to run halfway across my island to get it to de-aggro from me.
Oh, jeez.
It was just chasing me.
I have not had a chance to be terrified by the tarantulas because the 2 times that I encountered them before I caught one, I got pretty much instantly murked by them to the point where I didn't know what was going on.
No.
I was like, okay, I guess I got stung by
something. Shit, it happened to me just right now. I'm being chased by a tarantula in this game. I'm going to die. I'm going to die, and you guys are listening to this live on the podcast.
Oh, no.
Ranchos.
Heaven help me. Okay.
You got this, Joe.
And it bit me.
Oh, no.
I hear... here's a pro
now.
gamer tip. Apparently, if you stand still, they'll de-aggro.
Oh, yeah, but that doesn't help if you've accidentally activated it and it starts chasing you.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
if it stands up and hisses at you, you can stand still and it'll stand back down, but
yeah,
if it starts chasing you, you're just fucked unless you can catch it or trap it against something.
I didn't know this because it has been a situation where I've either gotten completely ganked by them or I got one.
I've actually caught tons of tarantulas. That's one of the things you can do. Well, first of all, there's a tarantula island, like an actual
rancho.
Yeah, when you're visiting the mystery islands, because they're all a little bit different. But you can also make a tarantula island if you find the island with the bamboo on it. And I've gone to both of those and have caught a lot of tarantulas.
Is it that you have to cut down all the bamboo?
Cut down all the bamboo, pick all the flowers, cut down the trees, like the palm trees.
Because they spawn in open.
Yeah,
fields,
just completely
right?
deforest the island, and then just run around, scare away the wharf roaches that spawn on the rocks, and
that's how it happens.
Pro tips.
Yep.
Pro tips with Karen.
I've spent a lot of time on this game, you guys.
Honestly, I feel like I could probably make this the longest episode of Christmas Creeps, but in lieu of that...
I mean, the longest episode of Christmas Creeps, I think, was the one where we talked about the Christmas dragon for 2.5 hours.
God,
which
what a mess.
I know.
What a mess. What a mess of a movie and a mess of a podcast.
But yeah, we could definitely go on. We could go on about so many things. We haven't even talked about like the custom designs. We haven't talked about individual villagers really at all.
No.
But there's a whole lot we could get into. So
one quick round
Yes.
robin. Just one word. And people can look it up if they really care. Favorite villager doesn't have to be on your island right now. Go, Joe.
Mine is definitely Ozzy. I told Jonathan about this yesterday.
Okay.
Ozzy.
Karen?
God, I'm trying to think. There's probably my favorite one that I've had a lot of contact with is Margie.
Nice. Jonathan?
Jacob.
And my favorite is Hippo.
Hippo is great.
Hippo is wonderful. I love him so much. He's my son.
Yeah.
All right.
I had Hippo in New Leaf. Did I steal him from you, or did I get a second Hippo?
Yes, you must have gotten him because he moved away from he probably visited while he was in boxes.
Okay.
I want to say, yeah.
Real quick.
Do you guys want to do just really quick general video game chat?
Sure.
You guys want to say some words about remake?
No, I want to go play
real
it.
quick. Oh,
say some words about it first.
Those are words.
It's really good.
Did you play the demo?
Okay, what for people not on your wavelength? What are you talking about?
Okay, we were talking about the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Okay.
Which, for the uninitiated, is not really a remake so much as like a complete reimagining of the same game, as I understand it.
Kind of, but it
like aren't there new plot beats?
There's some new some new stuff, but so far it has been pretty faithful to the original game. Okay. It's just like very expanded.
See, I've never played even the original Final Fantasy more than like the first boss that was the scorpion where you're not supposed to attack it when its tail is up or whatever.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's like the Tetrasphere of Final Fantasy games?
Basically.
Sure. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
you guys.
Yeah, they've incorporated, like the first boss in this game is in fact the guard scorpion, like it is in the original, and the music is like the original music. It's been like kind of redone and updated.
I'll just hit on the highlights of it. The music is incredible. The new music is great. The remixes of the old music is incredible. The combat, it is an incredibly frantic like action RPG now.
Yeah.
If you played the demo, that's what the combat's like now. Just add a third character and add more abilities to spam.
Neat.
And as for time,
one thing that I did hear, sorry, go ahead.
As for time, to do everything in this game, it takes about 38 hours. To do a similar amount of the plot in Final Fantasy VII, if you know what you're doing, is about 6 hours.
Right, because it's only part of the original plot of Final Fantasy VII. There's going to be other parts to it. It's like episodic kind of.
Yeah, the idea is that it's probably going to be an episodic release, probably about every 2 years. Because they have the engine down, they just have to they have to churn out art assets pretty much.
Right.
Yeah, so we haven't, Jonathan has been playing this and I've been hanging out and watching him play it and backseating a little bit too, so yeah. But so we've been going through this and haven't beaten it yet, but this release is, in the original game, there's a point where you leave the big main city where you start, Midgar. And this game ends at when you're leaving Midgar.
Okay. Joseph, what have you have you been playing other things other than Animal Crossing?
No.
What did you get for Christmas, little boy?
Okay, I'll say this. Animal Crossing came out the same day as Doom Eternal, and I got them both. I got Doom Eternal a day before Animal Crossing. I played Doom Eternal for exactly one day, and then Animal Crossing came out.
I
have not been back.
That's lovely. By all accounts, I hear it's very good.
It's a lot of fun. They've incorporated a whole lot more platforming than the last game, which some might find annoying. I think it's kind of fun.
Nice.
Yet also, like, your mileage may vary. I found myself having to explain the concept of Doom to one of my neighbors recently, and I sounded like a complete lunatic.
What?
This is why I just don't talk to or have neighbors.
Well, we have
Are you-
neighbors,
so-
we just don't talk to them.
Am I to understand that you, I assume from like a 6-foot+ distance, shouted the plot of Doom to a likely 55+-year-old adult?
You are not far off, yes.
Oh my god.
I've never wanted to be on a fly on a tree so much as this
I'm
situation.
just imagining Joe just being like, so you think The Rock is going to be the guy, but it turns out that The Rock is bad and Carl Urban is the guy.
So you see they're mining and they find demons and the Doom guy, the Doom Slayer, has to go to hell.
But if you read the novelization, his name is actually Flynn, so I don't know where they got Doom Guy from.
Oh my god. I'm so glad I asked. That is so awesome. That has made my night.
No, okay, so my neighbors were having a social distance gathering down the street, which was basically like everybody standing 10 feet apart, a table in the middle, and like the host would put a drink on the table and you would walk up and get it when they walked away.
So it's like it's like that thing that Mike Judge retweeted where it's King of the Hill and they're all standing in the alley, but they're 10 feet apart.
But
Yeah,
they're
pretty
giving
much.
out
Okay.
they're giving out drinks while social distancing, so people are still going to get germs if they have them.
You're still touching did they Clorox every single drink as they put it down onto the table?
What do you think they were drinking?
I mean, I
guess
the alcohol content in this drink was so high, I think it would have killed anything on the way down.
That's how it works,
Yeah.
right? So you
Yeah.
explain Doom Eternal at this cul-de-sac party.
because what wound up happening was while one of the neighbors started asking my girlfriend about her work, his wife then asked me the question everybody wants to hear. Hey, do you play video games?
Oh no.
Hey, you look like someone who plays video games, right?
And I no shit, I gestured to myself and just said, well, look at me.
Well, yes, of course. That's why you
Oh
asked.
no.
And so we talked quite a lot about Animal Crossing because that's the one game that she plays right now with her kids. But then she asked me about other games, and I said, well, there's the new Doom out. And she said, oh, what's that about?
Get it for your kids. They'll love it. They'll love tearing the brains out of demons.
Completely appropriate.
Yeah, that was a time.
That was a time in our lives.
So the last thing I guess we'll talk about real quick before we wrap this up.
Hey, Joseph, you didn't let
Yes,
me talk about video games that I'm playing.
Animal Crossing.
I don't care. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Bradford, what else have you been playing right now?
No,
in
it's okay.
quarantine?
It's okay. The moment's passed. Go on. Nobody
No.
cares. Nobody
No, I'm-
cares.
We're setting you
No,
up for your joke.
this is
Hey,
a-
Brad, what you playing?
Professor, wait, no. No. So I am playing a game called One Step from Eden, which is an indie game, which is hard as shit. It's so hard. It is a cross between Mega Man Battle Network and like Slay the Spire if they had a baby. It's pretty good. And then I've been playing the Ulterior series of RPGs. I am currently on our Ulterior, burps, Esha and Logi, which is kind of like a laid-back RPG where you're just making like potions and bombs and other stuff, but it's got a really involved like synthesis system. It's basically menus the RPG. They're really good. Check it out if you're thinking about it. Is
it one of those ones where you're
Anyways.
like, you run the item shop in the fantasy town?
So there's a couple of those. One's called Reciteer. That's on Steam. It's kind of a similar flavor to like that sort of thing where you're fulfilling requests where they're like, I want a bomb with explode L, and you have to like create a bomb with enough fire attribute that it procs explode L. Like it's a lot of like intricate systems.
Okay.
It's really fun.
Nice. That does sound pretty cool, actually.
I've played 3 of them so far, and I've enjoyed all of them a lot. They're very anime, but they're really good, and they're like better written than any anime game deserves to be, if that makes sense. Like they're subtle enough for the most part.
Right.
Anyways, that's what I've been playing. So, as we were,
final thoughts on Animal Crossing. Is there anything that you guys have found yourselves doing or saying that about Animal Crossing as you're playing it? Like, I'll say this. My girlfriend and I, every time we reference wanting to play Animal Crossing or going to, hey, I'm going to sit down and play some Animal Crossing, we will always say it by saying, I'm going to go back to the island.
We got to go back.
We have to go back.
That's pretty good.
Which is not something I ever thought I would say, considering I've never seen more than an hour of Lost.
Wow.
Like, have you experienced anything like that with this game?
I mean,
have you had weird dreams about Tom Nook?
I have weird dreams about a lot of things. I actually had a weird dream about the battle arena and the gold saucer, or not, in Wall Market in Final Fantasy VII Remake a couple nights ago. But we just always refer to it as crossing animals. Like, I'm gonna cross some animals when we play Animal Crossing. I do that format, or we do that format with a lot of games, though, like crafting mines and crossing animals, and
we don't know what words mean. Is what she's admitting to.
Yeah.
We're gonna go jack some boxes.
Yeah. Yes. Then we're gonna go box some jacks.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely.
Second part first.
Bradford, final thoughts.
So when you catch a bug or a fish or dig up a fossil or create something, the game goes, woohoo! Right?
Yeah.
And the few times that I played this with Avery around and she's awake, she turns towards the television and smiles so wide.
Aww.
And I don't want to, I keep saying I don't want to be like the dad of, keep bringing it back to fatherhood, but it's so good.
It's fine.
It's so pure.
That's a big part of your life now.
That makes me smile so much
that's
that
so sweet.
she smiles at that little sound.
Aww.
So I don't know. I've been enjoying this game a lot. I think it's kind of what everybody needs.
Yeah.
I know it's like a commercial product, and I'm not trying to get too maudlin about it, but man, it's a real good game. And if you've stuck around listening to us talk about this, thanks.
Congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And thanks for coming along the ride. If you want to show off your town to us, if you're not already like friends with us, definitely throw us a dodo code or like friend us or ask us for our deets. We'll definitely hang out with you on our islands, or we'll give you a tour, or you can give us a tour. We'd love to. In this age of limited social contact, I think that would be really, really cool.
Hey, Karen, I'm on your island right now, and I'm going to take all the snacks out of your snack machine.
Oh, that's cool. Go for it. I dropped you a present, by the way, and I have a present for Brad too when he's able to come around again,
lovely.
or I can send it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you everybody for joining me on this a quarantine episode where we're discussing Animal Crossing, our new favorite thing. I've enjoyed this conversation, and I've actually learned something, and I hope our listeners have learned something too. If you play Animal Crossing, if you haven't played Animal Crossing and you've listened to all hour plus of this conversation, I'm sure you've just listened to an hour of gibberish basically, but maybe you've gotten used to this as a sleep aid and maybe it worked. I don't know. But I don't know. I'm going to sign off now unless there's anything else we have to do or say.
No.
So yeah, this has been Christmas Creeps. You can tweet all of your dodo codes or your Animal Crossing islands to us at Christmas Creeps on Twitter or Facebook.com/Christmas Creeps. Go to, let's see, we are on iTunes. We're on Google Podcasts or whatever that's called now. We're on Stitcher, and I think we're still on YouTube. We're on YouTube. So go on to all those places, like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Let friends know about this show. I would love to get back around to talking about a Christmas movie at some point, guys. It's been too long. Jonathan laughs. I think this podcast has turned a corner and we're about to just...
It's video game chat.
Fall into madness.
All day, every day.
I think everybody's about to fall into madness, to be honest.
The whole world has turned a corner.
Yeah, I know that, but like... our routine was Christmas movies all year round for some reason.
Let's call a shot. Let's call a shot. Let's do the new bad Grinch movie, Grinch 2018.
I'm here for it, buddy.
Oh man.
It's gonna be bad, and by bad I mean it's gonna be good, and by it's gonna be good I mean it's gonna be bad.
You're gonna have a bad time, but you know what? I'm here for it. Hopefully, we'll be back with another Christmas movie episode in due time. But for now, I think we have to go back to the island. So for Christmas Creeps, I'm Joseph Wade.
Have to go back. I'm Bradford.
I'm Karen 5.
Hi, it's me, Jacob.
What do you want to talk about? This is for you.
Watch out for those ranchos, everybody. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas. Happy